I have a dream that my 4 little children will one day live in a nation where they will not be judged by the color of their skin but by the content of their character. Forgiveness is not an occasional act. It is a permanent attitude. We must learn to live together as brothers or perish together as fools. Take the first step in faith. You don't have to see the whole staircase, just take the first step. From the Recollection of Marion Wright Edelman. With this faith, we will be able to hew out of the mountain of despair a stone of hope. A riot is at bottom the language of the unheard. The beauty of genuine brotherhood and peace is more precious than diamonds or silver or gold. The arc of the moral universe is long, but it bends toward justice. True peace is not merely the absence of tension, it is the presence of justice. Injustice anywhere is a threat to justice everywhere. I believe that unarmed truth and unconditional love will have the final word in reality. That is why right, temporarily defeated, is stronger than evil triumphant. The whirlwinds of revolt will continue to shake the foundations of our nation until the bright day of justice emerges. We will not be satisfied until justice rolls down like waters, and righteousness like a mighty stream. Whenever you take a stand for truth and justice, you are liable to scorn. We refuse to believe that the Bank of Justice is bankrupt. I believe that wounded justice, lying prostrate on the blood-flowing streets of our nations, can be lifted from this dust of shame to reign supreme among the children of men. I think I have discovered the highest good. It is love. I have decided to stick with love. Hate is too great a burden to bear. Darkness cannot drive out darkness, only light can do that. Hate cannot drive out hate, only love can do that. In some not too distant tomorrow, the radiant stars of love and brotherhood will shine over our great nation with all their scintillating beauty. He who hates does not know God, but he who loves has the key that unlocks the door to the meaning of ultimate reality. When I talk about love, I am not talking about emotional bosh. I am not talking about some sentimental or even some affectionate emotion. I am talking about something much deeper. The time is always ripe to do right. A genuine leader is not a sucker for consensus but a mold of consensus. Everybody can be great, because everybody can serve. You only need a heart full of grace. A soul generated by love. I believe that what self-centered men have torn down, other-centered men can build up. Make a career of humanity. Commit yourself to the noble struggle for equal rights. You will make a better person of yourself, a greater nation of your country, and a finer world to live in. The ultimate measure of a man is not where he stands in moments of comfort and convenience, but where he stands at times of challenge and controversy. Let no man pull you so low as to hate him. We must forever conduct our struggle on the high plane of dignity and discipline. Non-cooperation with evil is as much a moral obligation as is cooperation with good. Cowardice asks the question, is it safe? Expediency asks the question, is it politic? Vanity asks the question, is it popular? But conscience asks the question, is it right? I submit to you that if a man has not discovered something that he will die for, he isn't fit to live. Life's most persistent and urgent question is, what are you doing for others? A man dies when he refuses to stand up for that which is right. A man dies when he refuses to stand up for justice. A man dies when he refuses to take a stand for that which is true. If any of you are around when I have to meet my day, I'd like for somebody to say that day that Martin Luther King, Jr., tried to love somebody. Let us not seek to satisfy our thirst for freedom by drinking from the cup of bitterness and hatred. Like anybody, I would like to live a long life. Longevity has its place. But I'm not concerned about that now. I just want to do God's will. And He's allowed me to go up to the mountain. And I've looked over. And I've seen the promised land. We must accept finite disappointment, but never lose infinite hope. When our days become dreary with low-hovering clouds and our nights become darker than 1,000 midnights, we will know that we are living in the creative turmoil of a genuine civilization struggling to be born. Let us rise up tonight with greater readiness. Let us stand with a greater determination. And let us move on in these powerful days, these days of challenge to make America what it ought to be. We have an opportunity to make America a better nation. Nonviolence is not sterile passivity, but a powerful moral force which makes for social transformation. I refuse to accept the idea that the isness of man's present nature makes him morally incapable of reaching up for the eternal oughtness that forever confronts him. It may be true that morality cannot be legislated, but behavior can be regulated. It may be true that the law cannot change the heart, but it can restrain the heartless. Time is neutral, it can be used either constructively or destructively. Somewhere we must come to see that human progress never rolls in on the wheels of inevitability. In the long run of history, destructive means cannot bring about constructive ends. The guardians of the status quo are always on hand with their oxygen tents to keep the old order alive. We have come a long, long way, but we have a long, long way to go. Oppressed people cannot remain oppressed forever. The yearning for freedom eventually manifests itself. When the architects of our republic wrote the magnificent words of the Constitution and the Declaration of Independence, they were signing a promissory note to which every American was to fall heir. I have a dream that one day this nation will rise up and live out the true meaning of its creed. We hold these truths to be self-evident, that all men are created equal. I have the audacity to believe that peoples everywhere can have 3 meals a day for their bodies, education and culture for their minds, and dignity, equality and freedom for their spirits.